The Score is the place for local spring high school sports, and we've got some for you right now. Brought to you by Central Maine Community College. More than just a community college, over 40 academic degrees and certificates, and one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Just go to cmcc.edu. Central Maine Motors Auto Group in Waterville, the dealer with no dock fees, where cars and trucks cost you less. Online at cmautogroup.com. By Hammond Lumber Company, serving Maine and New Hampshire from 22 locations. Your building project partner, hammondlumber.com. Midstate Machine. Looking for a career? Check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Sales and service by a family that cares. Somerset Stone and Stove, offering quality gas, pellet, and wood stoves and hardscape products. 201 Tire Battery and Service, your tire and battery experts on the Augusta-Vassalboro line. SBS Carbon Copy in Waterville, where printing's personal, not puzzling. PJ Diggs, the excavation pros. If it's dirt, they do it. Renewal by Anderson, award-winning replacement windows and doors. Schedule your free consultation today. Assistance Plus, providing home care, behavioral health, and developmental services. Together, we can make a difference. Maine Preventative Maintenance, your complete heating, cooling, and plumbing contractor. The Harry J. Smith Company, 13 Sanger Avenue, Waterville, serving the Central Maine community for over 100 years. JDH3 Design at jdh3designs.com, where they can print on just about anything. Valley Beverage, delivering great beverages every day. Dixon's Country Market in Benton, with 24-hour diesel service and the best takeout food around. And by Casella Waste, for your residential and commercial trash pickup. Now, let's go live to Mike Violet and A.J. Knight.
Today from Morton Field in Augusta, it's the Rams and the Red Eddies, the Edward Little Red Eddies in town. Who else to take on the Cony Rams today in high school baseball? Welcome to our broadcast along with A.J. Knight and our Score crew. I'm Mike Violet. The Cony Rams are rolling. They're 8-3 so far on the season. We saw them here Friday. Kind of a semi-ugly win over the Belfast Lions, but a win is a win is a win. Some solid pitching from Landon Foster, then Parker Morin in relief. So they are rolling at 8-3. EL's been all over the place this year. They've been up, they've been down, they've been up, they've been down. They've got a win over Skowhegan where they skunked them in a game that was called because of the mercy rule. And they've also been handed some pretty bad defeats themselves. So I guess today it's a matter of which Edward Little team is going to show up, the one that hammered Skowhegan and 10-run ruled them, or the one that's kind of been handled by virtually everyone else?
That's the question we had coming into this. Though the numbers show recently they've kind of righted the ship. Both these teams started out a little bit rocky. Just 1-2 for Cony, 7-1 cents, 1-5 for Edward Little to open their season. 4-2 cents. And those two included in that loss is a walk-off loss to a Hampton Academy team that we know is very good. It was just 3-2. So they look like they've sort of righted the ship. But that's the question that you and I have been talking about as we got ready for this game, even late last week, knowing we had them on the schedule, is which one was going to show up, because they skunked a Skowhegan team we've seen several times we know is very good. And then they've got some bad losses of their own. But both these teams currently right now are playing really well combined. Again, Edward Little 4-2 their last 6. Cony 7-1 in their last 8. A couple close losses for EL as well. 4 losses by 3 runs or less, 2 by just 1 run. So feels like they're kind of rounding into form, but, you know, as you sent me the article, which we should probably get into, one of the reasons they've been up and down is, well, when you lose a D1 pitching commit, it's going to hurt a lot of teams.
And that D1 pitching commit is Drew Smith, who committed after last year to go to UConn. Unfortunately, some elbow problems. He hasn't pitched at all this year and, in fact, has played very little at all this year for Dave Jordan's Edward Little Red Eddy. So, obviously, that's a huge factor. Don't have an update for you on his condition. Hopefully, he's able to get that thing fixed, or through rest, it gets itself fixed and healed, and he can pitch next year at UConn. Speaking of good pitchers, we saw Jordan Benedict last week throw 5 no-hit innings. We're going to see him today here. He will start today for the Cony Rams, and on the hill today for the Red Eddies of Edward Little High School, Owen Scott. So certainly in the case of Jordan Benedict, we've seen him pitch excellent fastball. We saw him have a great curveball last week. So I suspect that the Red Eddies are going to have their work cut out for them trying to come up with any kind of offense today.
Well, especially, again, like I said, Cony's 7-1 over their last 8, but over their last 5 games, they've only given up 8 total runs. 3 of those games are shutouts, and 5 of those 8 are, exactly like you said, the Belfast game we had here late last week. And one of the things we were curious about or speculated was maybe the warmth finally coming in bothering them. Well, it's even warmer today.
Yep, nice warm day here for sure. Temperature in the 70s, lots of sun. It's a great day for baseball. This field is in fantastic condition. So we'll take a timeout. We'll come back. Starting lineups, first pitch. It's baseball today. EL, the Red Eddies against Cony, the Rams, and the Eddies get at it right after this on The Score.
We have created our own drink company. The fastest growing sports drink in history.
We won't cry! We won't cry!
Ladies and gentlemen, we got
The monkey is prime!
this season, we are hydrated.
The official sports drink of the UFC. It's time!
Oh, that's good.
Distributed by Valley Beverage of Lewiston.
I came for a visit and I just fell in love with it.
They just want to see you be you and just excel.
There's a lot of opportunities here.
It really gives me time to figure out what I want to do with my life.
It's a good stepping stone to get to where you want to be.
The tuition is definitely part of what brought me here.
You know, credits transfer, that's huge, especially for a community college when you're trying to figure out what you want.
CM's the best place. Honestly, it's the best place. You got to be here to experience it.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
Spring is the season of rejuvenation and the perfect time to revitalize your home with Renewal by Andersen. Our spring savings event is only once a year. Call Renewal by Andersen to schedule your free window diagnosis and take advantage of this incredible limited time offer. We've installed over 4 million windows, earning us 4.7 stars in customer satisfaction. Call the number below or visit us online today. And remember, call now because these great savings end soon.
The better way to a better window. Renewal by Andersen.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Midstate Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Midstate Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, and our Score crew back here live at Morton Field in Augusta. Let's run down the starting lineups. First of all, for the Edward Little Red Eddies of Dave Jordan, they will go this way. Eli St. Laurent will lead off. He will be in center field. Batting second in left field, Ben Dubois. Hitting third, the shortstop, TJ Kramars. Batting cleanup, and the DH today is Brecken Albert. He's going to hit for the first baseman, Adam Meserve. Hitting fifth and playing at second base today is Peyton Dyer. Batting sixth at third base, Cade Maselli. Hitting seventh and pitching today, Owen Scott. Batting eighth and playing right field, Brooks Beaudry. And batting ninth and catching today is Elliott Hill. So again for EL, it's St. Laurent, Dubois, and Kramars. Albert, the DH, hitting for Meserve at first base. Dyer, Maselli, then Scott, Beaudry, and Elliott Hill. They will face the serves today of right-hander Jordan Benedict, who the last time we saw him went 5 no-hit innings, gave up a couple of singles to lead off the 6th inning, ended up pitching 6 and struck out 13 Winslow Black Raiders in that ball game.
Yeah, that was a day. Also, I just wanted to point out, He just must have printed off 1,000 rosters at the beginning of the season because every game we go to, he's just looking to get rid of those
Who are you talking
rosters.
about?
The AD.
TJ Maines?
Yeah, TJ Maines. Who needs a roster? Who needs a roster? I got rosters. Oh, man.
Left to right in the outfield, Matt Boston for Cony is in left, Landon Foster in center, and Lance Terrio is in right. Third to first along the outfield, Wyatt McKinney at third, Parker Morin at short, Tegan Hutchinson at second, Trent Hayward is at first base on the battery, Jordan Benedict is throwing to Anderson Noyes. The wind is blowing out now. When we came here, it was blowing in. It's all over the place. The temperature at game time, 76 degrees. And just a fantastic day for baseball. Benedict ready to go against Eli St. Laurent. First pitch is downstairs for ball one. St. Laurent, Dubois, and Kramars in the first inning.
Yeah, Cony during this winning streak has obviously pitched well, not allowing runs, but also not mistakes.
The 1-0 downstairs, 2-0 in the outfield. Foster is playing the leadoff man, St. Laurent, towards right center. So there's a gap in left center.
A big one.
If he could pull it there.
Yeah, because the straightaway center is 400 feet. It's a massive center field.
The 2-0. Bounce to third. Right there is McKinney on a high hop. Long high throw over the first baseman's head. That'll be an E5er. And EL's got the lead man on second base on the two-base error by the third baseman, Wyatt McKinney. Had plenty of time and airmailed it.
Yeah, that one wasn't even close. The wind got that one, Mike. I think
the wind did not get that one. E5.
Just as I say, Cody's done a nice job of not making defensive mistakes. The first guy reaches on an air.
So a threat right off for EL. Here's Ben Dubois, left-handed batting, left fielder. The set. Here it is. You know, the Dirk Noyes with a backhanded stop. Runner's going to try it. The throw, not in time. That'll be a wild pitch, so a free trip around the bases here for Eli Lawrence. A two-base error, then a wild pitch. And now you can make an out and score a run. A 1-0 count on Dubois. Breaking ball, a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
As I say, for Edward Little, we were asked, obviously, in the pregame, which Edward Little team's going to show up. Well, if you're going to free pass him all the way to third, I don't think that question matters a whole lot.
Exactly. 1 ball, 1 strike. Benedict the set. Here's the deal to Dubois. Breaking ball took a little bit off, bounced foul outside the bag. So it's 1 and 2 on deck is TJ Kramars, the shortstop. Again, EL playing this year without Drew Smith, their terrific young pitcher, a D1 commitment to UConn after last year with elbow problems. Hasn't pitched this year and did play a little first and DH'd a bit, but that's it. Not in the lineup today. The 1-2. Ooh, just missed. And it's 2 and 2. That was a tough take there by Dubois.
And I think that explains some of Edward Little's early season struggles, right? Because you lose that big arm, and all of a sudden you're counting on it. You got to retool kind of on the fly.
You got an ace going every 5 days. The 2-2. Low, 3 and 2. So the string out now on Dubois. And Benedict already struggling more today than we saw him do last week against Winslow.
I think you allowed, one base runner to get to third in those 6 innings?
The set by Benedict. Here is the 3-2. Strike called. He's out of there. Took a breaking ball right in there. Wasn't really a borderline pitch or anything. 1 out. Big strikeout there. And here is TJ Kramars, the shortstop.
See if that gets Benedict going after kind of the wonky start.
So 1 out. Here's Kramars, right-handed batting shortstop. Just looking to put the ball in play. The pitch by Benedict. And he does. High fly ball to left field. Boston ranges over. Boston makes the catch. He's going away from the plate. The throw not nearly in time. A sac fly for Kramars coming in to score St. Laurent. And so EL cashes in on the error. They lead it 1-0 on that unearned run.
Situational hitting is what you got to do, especially against a Cony team that has been very efficient, keeping teams off the scoreboard. You got a guy on third with nobody out. You got to get that guy home.
So bases clean, 2 outs. Here's Brecken Albert, the DH. Cleanup man. Low and away, ball one. Albert hitting for Adam Meserve, the first baseman. 1 ball, no strikes. Benedict always from the stretch. The 1-0. That is hit high into the air, short right field, second baseman out, right fielder in, and he kicked it, literally. Missing it there is Terrio, and if you're going to call it like that, you'd better catch it. That is another error, this time on the right fielder, E9.
Yeah, especially to your point that he waved off second baseman, and Hutchinson was there.
If you're going to call it, you'd better catch it. So, a 2-out base runner. Here's Peyton Dyer, the second baseman. Runner at first is Albert with 2 outs. 2 errors in the inning by Cony. On really easy plays. Hard ground ball up the middle. It scoots by second base. Morin slows it down, but that's all he can do. That's a base hit. Seeing eye base hit. And EL now with runners on first and second. That's the first hit in the inning. As Morin kept it in the infield, at least kept that runner at second. So Albert at second, Dyer at first. Here's Cade Maselli. Maselli, the third baseman. 1-0 EL. Trying to make it more. Going to need a 2-out hit. Pitch to Maselli. Upstairs, ball 1. So an error by the third baseman McKenney. An error by the right fielder Terrio. To set up 1 run and a chance for EL to get more. In the left field, no, it's caught by the third baseman. A line drive, McKenney right there, hit it right on the head, but a line drive right to third, and that is it. So EL able to push across an unearned run. They get a run on 2 hits. There were 2 errors and 2 left on. We finished a half here at Morton Field in Augusta. Score, EL 1. Cony coming up. You're watching and listening to high school baseball on The Score.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Nokian Tires, available at 201 Tire Battery and Service, Route 201, Vassalboro. Your complete auto center. Mechanics you can trust. Nokian Tires to keep you safe on the road. Plus, 201 Tire Battery and Service is a state inspection station. They have batteries and accessories, including custom battery cables available. And of course, those great Nokian tires. 201 Tire Battery and Service, Route 201, Vassalboro.
1-0 Red Eddies as we go to the bottom of the first inning. The Cony lineup goes like this. Anderson Noyes leads off and catches. Batting second, shortstop Parker Morin. Hitting third in center field, Landon Foster. Batting cleanup third baseman Wyatt McKenney. Hitting fifth, playing first base, Trent Hayward. Batting sixth in right field, Lance Terrio. Hitting seventh, pitching today, Jordan Benedict. Hitting eighth, playing in left field, Matt Boston. Batting ninth, playing batting ninth and DHing today for the second baseman, Tegan Hutchinson, is Cooper Clark. So again, Hutchinson being hit for by Clark. So Noyes, Morin, and Foster. McKenney, Haywood, and Terrio. Benedict, Boston, Clark hitting for Tegan Hutchinson, the second baseman. Defensively for EL, go.
I was just going to say, crafty lefty on the mound.
Yes, there is a crafty lefty. We'll get to Owen Scott in a second. Left to right in the outfield. Ben Dubois in left. Eli St. Laurent in center. Brooks Beaudry is in right. Cade Maselli at third. TJ Kramars at short. Peyton Dyer at second. Adam Meserve at first. Owen Scott, that crafty lefty. And Elliott Hill, the battery. And Scott, not very big. Very slightly built out there. One thing we can say, he's a well-dressed baseball player. Lots of stirrups and high pants. First pitch to Anderson Noyes. Check swing, it's right in there, strike one.
One of the things we saw in the Belfast game is top of the order for Cony will definitely try to run if they get on base, and they will hit the ball hard and create some errors.
Owen Scott ahead in the count here, 1 strike. Here it is. Took a lot off that, and he had him way out in front, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on Noyes. It's Noyes, Morin, and Foster here, bottom of the first. EL 1, Cony nothing. The 0-2. Got him. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Say the catcher didn't hang on to that, so a throw to first for the putout, 2-3 there. So a good start by Owen Scott, the lefty fanning a left-handed batter. 1 out, here's Parker Morin. He must get his athletic talent from his grandmother then, huh? Parker Morin's grandfather standing over here to our left. Here's the first pitch to Parker, check swing, and it's low and away, ball 1. Morin has the only home run we've seen this year in baseball.
Yep.
That was over the right field boards early on. 1 ball, no strikes on Parker Morin. Outside, a pitch fading. 2 balls, no strikes, so Morin has the count his way, 2-0. Foster on deck. Owen Scott, the lefty deals. Held back, but it was in there, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out, nobody on. EL manufactured an unearned run in the first. The 2-1 to Morin. Held back, 3-1.
I think you see the respect being paid to Morin's back, because even in the Belfast game, I think he only had 1 hit, but I think he reached base 2 other times on air just because he hit it so hard.
Play him kind of short in center field, given his power. The 3-1 pitch is hit that way, and see, deep, and it's over the head of the center fielder, St. Laurent. Parker Morin motors and goes all the way to third. It is a sliding triple for this man's grandson right here. So Morin hit it over the head of Eli St. Laurent. They didn't show him much respect there, and he took the disc personally and hit one hard.
And again, the center field here, dead center field is 400 feet. He clubbed that, what?
375-ish.
He gave it a ride.
Yep. So a base runner at third. The tying run, here's Landon Foster. Foster check swing, but it's on the outside corner for a strike. Landon playing center today. We've seen him play second. We've seen him pitch. 1 strike on Foster. Tying run at third with 1 out. In the dirt, gets away. Morin coming home, and he is in there standing. And this game is tied.
That'll work.
So Morin comes in to score. Pitch was a ball. It's a ball and a strike, and I'm straddling the fence on how to call that.
It was low, but I feel like catchable, right?
I do too. I'm going pass ball. 1-1, that's outside, and that also off the glove of Hill, so it's 2-1. So a pass ball allows the run to score after a triple, and Cony quickly ties it up. Scott from the full windup now. Outside, 3-1, and he is living dangerously by going behind in the count to all these hitters.
Middle of the order. We've seen Foster have some really big offensive games.
Foster awaits the 3-1. That is a strike at the knees, 3-2. On deck is Wyatt McKenney, the third baseman. 1-1, EL and Cony here in the bottom of the first. Owen Scott, the crafty lefty. Pitches, that's popped up right to you.
Like to see a little more hustle out of my fans.
Yeah, Parker Morin's grandfather, you got to make a move on that, sir. That's a very catchable ball. He doesn't go to his left as well anymore as he used to. Here's the 3-2. High, ball 4. And Foster draws a walk on a full count. So he is on. And here is Wyatt McKenney.
And against the 2 bats, I think you really have to fear in the lineup this season. Against Belfast, we saw Morin and Foster, I think, reach base 7 times. You give a triple, then a pass ball scores, and you walk him.
McKenney, right-handed batting third baseman. Low, and right now Hill struggling, and that ball in the dirt, throwing down is Hill. Not in time. That's another pass ball. Pitch was a ball. So Cony taking advantage of some misplays, and time is called, and Dave Jordan's going out to the mound to try to settle down things here with Owen Scott on the hill for EL.
Take a look while we got a second again at that Parker Morin triple. It's correctly pointed out by Mr. Mike Violet. Man, you're playing him a little shallow in center. And Morin says, hey, I see that too. I'll just drop it over you.
Yeah, and St. Laurent turned tail and didn't come close. And Morin never stopped. Hit the bag on the fly at second. Easily into third. So Dave Jordan has a word with Owen Scott. A 1-0 count here on McKinney. And here early in this game, in the bottom of the first inning, the go-ahead run at second. Foster can run. The 1-0. Low. And he is in the dirt virtually every pitch now, 2-0.
Do you think we speculated Belfast? Do you think the Heat has something to do with this? Because Benedict didn't pitch very well.
It's the first inning.
Yeah, but I mean.
It's the first inning. There's 16. Let's not overdo it with that. That's right.
They're invincible.
Hard ground ball to shortstop. Kramars to his right, kicked it! And coming around to score is Foster. That's a play that a Class A shortstop has to make. It's 2-0. That is E6. So the Era Festival continues here at Morton Field. McKinney reaches on the error, no RBI. And it's 2-0. So McKinney at first. Here's Trent Hayward, the first baseman. Way out in front, strike one. Kramars was trying to circle around that, which is the right thing to do there to get your momentum going to first, but it went off the heel of his glove. The 0-1. Upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike to Trent Hayward. On deck is Lance Theriault. A ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Took a lot off that and had him way out in front. Hayward couldn't have hit that with a boat paddle. It's 1-2. Boy, I'm telling you, these stadium seats these fans have now, that's better than the stuff I've got in my living room right there.
We got to get.
These people are living high. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him again on a soft one outside. 2 outs. I mean, they got padded armrests now and the whole deal.
That's what I'm saying. I think we need to have the score department get us a few of those.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk to our accessories department. Theriault. I don't know what in the world is going on here at first base. I have no idea what Wyatt McKinney was thinking there. None whatsoever. I looked up from my score sheet, and McKinney was in short right field, which is slightly out of the baseline. I still have no idea what happened. All I do know is he was put out, and that is it for the inning. So for Cony in the inning, the Rams able to get a run on 1 hit. That was the triple by Parker Morin. They get 2 runs, that is, on that 1 hit. There was 1 error and nobody left on. We have finished one pretty eventful inning here at Morton Field in Augusta. It's Cony 2, EL 1. This is high school baseball on the score.
I'm Drew.
I'm Jeremy.
We are JDH3 Designs. We're a Maine family offering laser engraving of just about anything and custom apparel. We love to work with other local businesses as well as people within the community to bring your design ideas to life.
JDH3 Designs. Visit their website at jdh3designs.com and like them on Facebook. JDH3 Designs. They customize just about anything.
If you have been looking or wanting a complete heating, cooling, and plumbing contractor for residential or commercial all under one roof, Maine Preventative Maintenance is the only number you'll need. Maine Preventative Maintenance is also a registered and recommended heat pump installer with Efficiency of Maine. You may even be eligible for financing through Efficiency of Maine. Emergencies always happen at the most inconvenient times. Don't put it off any longer. Don't wait until something happens. Call Maine Preventative Maintenance today for peace of mind. Maine Preventative Maintenance, 465-4505, 465-4505.
Central Maine Community College in Auburn. Over 40 academic degrees and programs recognized as some of the best in the United States. Nursing, criminal justice, forensics, psychology, IT, education, culinary arts, and so much more. Offering one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Plus, a top-seeded national champion producing athletics department. Central Maine Community College in Auburn. Find your passion. Go to cmcc.edu.
Well, after a weird ending to the bottom of the first inning, we're back here at Morton Field in Augusta. 1-1 count now on Owen Scott leading off here in the inning. 7, 8, and 9 for EL. Scott, Beaudry, and Hill. 2-1. Cony in the lead. That is low, and it is 2-1 on Scott. So the weird ending to that inning with Wyatt McKenney inexplicably in short right field after being on the air. He was out 1-4-3. Swing and a miss. Big rip there by Scott. 2-2. And for reasons only known to him, he was out there.
Yeah, I mean, I was marking down on the stat sheet, looked up, and all of a sudden there's a throw to first. What is happening?
Well, I saw him out in short right field. Swing and a foul. 2-2. Almost where Dyer is right now at second base.
Yeah.
And I did a double take. It was sort of out of a Looney Tunes cartoon. And then the play unfolded. Anyway, he's out. It's a 2-2 count now on Scott. Down and in, 3-2 on Scott. Leading off here in the second, 2-1. EL got a unearned run in the first. Cony got 2 in the bottom of the first. A full count here. Benedict deals. High pop-up, short left field, Morin out, left fielder in, and it is caught out there by Matt Boston, 1 out.
Apparently this game is not going to lack for excitement.
So Scott is out of there. 1 out, here's Brooks Beaudry, the right fielder.
Maybe it's something about this field. It's the Belfast game, I don't think we'd call it exciting. It was ugly, but it was not boring.
Check swing, did he go? It's a foul tip. It's a moot point. Strike 1. So Benedict with a run in the first inning. That's more than he gave up against Winslow in 6. High, 1 ball, 1 strike. Elliott Hill on deck.
So Benedict working high and Scott working low.
Really? Benedict's 1-1. Right in there for a strike. Fastball at the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Benedict, 5 hitless innings last time out against Winslow. Struck out 13. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The righty sets. The 1-2 to Beaudry. Strike 3 called outside corner. Got him looking. Second strikeout in the ball game for Jordan Benedict. 2 outs. And here's Elliott Hill, the catcher. Number 9 man in their order. Check swing, foul. Strike 1. Tomorrow night we've got boys high school lacrosse, Gardner at Lawrence Winslow. The Outlaws and the Tigers. 5:30 start time from Fairfield.
And I don't remember, I think the Lawrence Winslow team on the outside of the heel points. That Gardner team still fighting to climb into that top 8.
Oh, bounding ball to third base. McKenney fields. McKenney sets, fires, and this time a better throw. Still a tick high, but not nearly like the first one. And that's it. A 1-2-3 inning there for Jordan Benedict. Nothing across for the Red Eddies of Edward Little High School. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's Cony 2, EL 1. This is high school baseball on the Score.
Raising money for our cause. Supporting our neighbors. Helping to recognize those that should be recognized. Providing educational opportunities, working together to make someone's day just a bit brighter. Our employees enjoy being a part of making our communities a better place to live and work. Skowhegan Savings Bank.
Discover the printing experience you've been searching for at SBS Carbon Copy on 54 Main Street in Waterville. Tired of getting lost in big box stores? Whether you need unique business cards or large format printing up to 44 inches wide, customized invitations that scream you, we've got it all. Our team is here to print, copy, or scan with a smile. Fast, affordable, and with a touch of personality. Don't settle for ordinary. Dash over to mainprintingservices.com where printing's personal, not puzzling.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, back here live at Morton Field in Augusta. 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the second inning. It's Cony leading EL. Nice story last week that was in the Lewiston Sun-Journal about a new member of the Edward Little coaching staff. Lee May Jr., the son of former Major Leaguer Lee May, multi-time All-Star and World Series champion with the Cincinnati Reds and also with the Baltimore Orioles. And Lee May Jr. himself is a first-round draft choice who later in his career was the hitting coach of the Portland Sea Dogs. And after he was let go by the Red Sox organization, he decided to stay in Maine because he met a local woman, and they got married, and he's now coaching on Dave Jordan's staff here at EL. So a plum addition to their staff for sure. Terrio, who was up when that weird play happened, takes ball one. Foul tipped into the mitt.
Anytime you can add a former World Series champion to your baseball.
Well, it's his son. The son.
He's got to have some knowledge.
There's some bloodlines there.
Sitting next to you hearing your dad's catching stories, I mean, that's got to account for something.
Way out in front. Good breaking ball there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lee May Jr., an excellent hitting coach, very widely respected in minor league baseball, and decided to leave baseball and stay in Auburn. And I'm sure Dave Jordan is delighted to have him. He's coaching third when EL is hitting. Swing and a miss. And throwing to first is Hill. And that is out number 1 as Terrio is gone. His dad played for the Cincinnati Reds and then was traded to the Orioles. And back in those days, that's like going from the penthouse to a better penthouse, from the Reds to the Orioles. Both of those teams were seemingly playing in the World Series every year back in those days, late 60s, early 70s. That is popped up. Foul ground. Meserve, the first baseman, the catcher. That's his ball all the way, and it falls in. No error because nobody touched it, but again, a play that's got to be made. Strike one.
Yeah, hard to see the conclusion from our angle with the lip of the dugout there.
The conclusion is this. Nobody called for that. Did you hear anybody?
I
didn't either.
I think he also was a little bit worried about the space, and he had plenty.
And it's right in front of the EL dugout, too. Somebody's got to take control over there. 1 strike on Benedict. Low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike.
That one skips past catcher yet again.
1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. Nobody on here for Cony in the second. They lead 2-1. Owen Scott deals. Way out in front, and he's got him going after that pitch that's down and away almost every time now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'm hesitant to call it a changeup because I don't think it is. Here's the 1-2. That one is upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes on deck. Matt Boston, the left fielder.
Well, 3 strikeouts for Scott. Technically back-to-back, even though the inning ended that weird way.
Here's the pitch. High pop-up. Third baseman comes down the line, and third baseman makes the catch. I thought that was going to fall, but Maselli comes in. The wind up there is blowing pretty good. 2 outs. I thought that was going to be trouble.
Yeah, it certainly looked like it because he looked like, obviously, you shoot it up the elevator shaft. I normally get it a chance to kind of camp underneath it, and he just kept coming.
2 outs. Here's Matt Boston. So Scott looking for a 1-2-3 inning. The first pitch. High. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. We are in the bottom of the second. Cony 2, EL 1. In there for a strike. 1-1. On deck is Hutchinson. Or check, that is Clark, who's hitting for Hutchinson. 1-1. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the deal. Upstairs, 2-1. Scott rocks and throws the 2-1. In there for a strike. 2-2.
Tell you what, you weren't kidding. He's got that bottom outside corner perfectly spotted.
Just fades at the end. And it's tough to hit for a right-handed hitter, the 2-2. Bounding ball to third, Maselli. Let it play him, still has time, fires, and he recovers nicely and threw a seed over to first base. And that's it. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Owen Scott. We have finished 2 at Morton Field in Augusta. The score, Cony 2, Edward Little 1. This is high school baseball on The Score.
Manchester Motors is your official Coyote tractor dealer. If you work the land, you just got to be a jack-of-all-trades type. There's just too much to do. So if you got to be a welder, or a farmer, or a ditch digger, that's just who you are that day. Then tomorrow, you can be somebody else. Find your Coyote tractor at Manchester Motors, 1031 Western Avenue, Manchester.
At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. Maybe your existing system is failing or it's a new house lot. You need new installation. Call PJ Diggs. They can bring their site evaluator to design the right septic system. Headed to camp? Ditch the outhouse for a newly installed system. How about a septic system for your campsite? Imagine your own private campground. Already have a septic design? PJ Diggs can install it for you. Call 431-4299. That's 431-4299. At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. 131 Hinkley Road, Canaan.
To the top of the third we go, and to the top of the order we go for the Red Eddies of Edward Little. It will be Eli St. Laurent, Ben Dubois, and TJ Kramars to face Jordan Benedict, who, after giving up an unearned run in the first, had a 1-2-3 inning last time.
Man, it was just kind of a wonky start for both pitchers. Very not locked in. Defenses weren't locked in. You get 2 for Cony, 1 for Edward Little, and then both pitchers have settled in since.
Yep, cleaner in their second innings. So here we go to the third, and St. Laurent reached on an error by the third baseman McKenney and scored the Red Eddies run of the first. Breaking ball for a strike. Today's game brought to you by Central Maine Community College in Auburn, where you can find over 40 academic degrees and certificates to choose from. Your future begins here at cmcc.edu. Foul tipped at the plate. 2 strikes. 0-2.
Maybe Scott's grandfather will come find us so we can ask what that pitch is.
0-2. Here it is. Upstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Boys lacrosse tomorrow. Gardner at Lawrence Winslow at 5:30. And then baseball Wednesday out in South China. Hit well to left field, chasing back. Boston, it's over his head. He gave that one a ride. Boston all the way to the wall to get it. And this is a stand-up double for Eli St. Laurent.
We've seen a home run here, but outside of that, we have seen probably the 2 best hit balls today that we've seen at this park.
No doubt about it. It's a shot to left center field here. It's 325 down the line, and it is 360 to the power alley. So we're looking at about 340-ish to where he hit that ball. So at second now with a lead double is Eli St. Laurent. He's the tying run. Here's Dubois, who was caught looking his first time. Nobody out, man at second in a 2-1 game in favor of Cony. Strike. 0-1 on Dubois, the left-handed batting left fielder. Benedict the sign from Noyes. Here's the pitch. Shows bunt, pulls it back, ball high and wide. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Dubois getting some signs, looking at the wristband.
1-1, the set by Benedict. Runner at second, the 1-1. Squirted down the left field line. That's going to make it foul. Had a slice on it. And it is foul, 1-2.
I had that slice despite the fact the wind is blowing the opposite. But that one cut pretty quick. Looked like one of my drives. And I had the same reaction, too, which was straighten out, straighten out, straighten out.
Been there, done that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The set by Benedict. The pitch got him. Swing and a miss. Took something off that. 1 out, and that is the 3rd strikeout for Jordan Benedict. 1 out. Still a man at second. Here's TJ Kramars. Sac fly to left to account for the only EL run. That came in the first. Kramars, right-handed batting shortstop. Benedict deals. Fastball is in there for a strike. 0-1. Noise the sign. Benedict the set. Check of the runner. And now off and bluffs him back. Which I'm okay with here.
Right.
It's a 1-run game.
Yeah.
You didn't throw the ball.
Now, bluffing is different than constantly throwing to the bag.
Benedict sets. The 0-1 runner takes off. Pitch is a strike. The throw to third, and it's wide. Noise threw it inside of the third baseman, McKenney. It's a stolen base and an error on the catcher, and this game is tied at 2.
St. Laurent just going to get home without Edward Little earning it.
A double, a steal, and a wide throw by the catcher, and this game is tied at 2. Meanwhile, 2 strikes on Kramars. High. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on. Check that 1 out, nobody on. And a 1-2 count here on Kramars. So some shoddy defense by both teams. The 1-2. That ball is hit into right field in the hole between first and second. It's a base hit for Kramars. So he's on with 1 out. And here's Brecken Albert. Albert reached on an error by the right fielder, Terrio, who called on a pop-up and dropped it. He and Hutchinson converged on it in short right field. Terrio called off Hutchinson and dropped it.
Literally kicked it.
Then he did kick it, yes.
Luckily kicked it right to Morin.
Yes, he kicked it right towards second base where Morin was. Swing and a miss very late on a fastball is Albert. 1 strike. So a double, a stolen base, and a throwing error on that steal. That gets a run in. A strikeout on Dubois, and now a single by Kramars. 1 strike here on Albert. Might have had him leaning a little bit, but he did beat the throwback. Still 1 strike on Brecken Albert.
Good shot by Tyler there on that pickoff. It was close. Which, of course, means he'll do it again.
Benedict looks over. Upstairs. A ball and a strike now on Brecken Albert. On deck is Peyton Dyer.
That was some eyeball-high cheese.
1-1. Had him leaning again, and this time he also gets back. Little crow step to first, and then towards second, then he had to hustle back.
And the thing is, it doesn't feel like Kramars has that big of a lead. Benedict's is beating him. He's got enough of a lead that he's able to erase the fact that he gets beat on the pickoff attempt.
Doesn't go. That's into center field. That's getting down. That's a base hit. Kramars hits second. He's going to third. Around first into second base is Brecken Albert with a double. And they are running at Jordan Benedict here.
That was a nice throw in from center field because I thought that for sure was going to plate one.
And time called now, and Don Plord is out to the mound, so each coach has had a visit. And Benedict getting hit, something we did not see the last time we saw him. So second and third now with one out for EL. And here is Peyton Dyer, who had a single to right his first time.
Two doubles already given up by Benedict.
Dyer, left-handed batting left fielder. Yes, he's been hit.
How about that? We've seen two doubles and a triple, and we're in the third inning.
Benedict ready. Misses. Ball one. Peyton Dyer, the EL second baseman. Albert on second. Kramars on third. One out. A one-ball count on Dyer. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. One ball, one strike.
Now it feels like we normally say we've seen one home run, especially since Cony's playing, but the way they're hitting the ball today, we might see another one.
Benedict ready. Here's the 1-1. Low and away, 2-1. On deck is Maselli. Two balls, one strike. Second and third, and a bluff to second. And everybody gets back.
It's a pretty good bluff. I feel like Benedict's got a good read on him because even there, I thought they had him beat a little bit. He just didn't throw it.
Benedict sets the 2-1 coming here to Dyer. Here it is. That ball is hit to the second baseman, fielded there by Hutchinson. Throw to first for the out, but the run comes in to score. TJ Kramars scores the second run for EL in the inning, and the Eddies lead it 3-2. Give Dyer an RBI. He's out 4-3, and Albert goes to third. Two outs for Maselli, who lined to third his first time. So EL has taken the lead. Pitched Maselli is high. Ball one. Cade Maselli, the EL third baseman. The set by Jordan Benedict. Here's the pitch. Low, boxed around by Noyes. Runner's going to try it. The flip not in time. The third run for the Eddies in the inning. And they lead it 4-2.
Got pass ball on that one?
Yes, sir. And a 2-0 count on Maselli, so the base is clean. Now a 2-0 count. Two outs. The pitch. Outside. And it is 3-0 on Maselli. On deck is Owen Scott, the pitcher, who will take the mound in the bottom of this inning with at least a 2-run lead. Here's the pitch. Ball four, a 4-pitch walk. 1, 2, 3, fourth base runner of the inning. Three of them have scored. Here is Scott. Scott fly to left his first time. Two outs, runner on first, 3 in. Edward Little 4, Cony 2. Maselli putting the oven mitt on there at first base.
My fiance, we were watching a game yesterday.
Here's the pitch. Outside ball one.
And she saw a base runner put that on, and she goes, why is he putting on an oven mitt? I said, no, it protects his hand in his slide. She goes, I've never seen that before.
Did she literally know that that's what they call it?
I didn't know that. I knew what it was for, but I was like, she had never seen one before.
2-0 strike. 1-0 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's in case it gets really hot out on the base paths.
What won't they think of when it comes to safety measures in baseball? Here's the 1-1. Kerr for a strike, 1-2.
Good bender.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Owen Scott. Batting with 2 outs here in the top of the third. EL has 3 in. They lead 4-2. Benedict. Runner goes. Pitch is hit high to center field. Foster, almost in his tracks, makes the catch, and that is it. But a mighty productive top of the third inning for the Red Eddies of Edward Little High School. They get 3 runs in the inning on 3 hits. There was an error and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Edward Little 4, Cony 2. This is high school baseball on the Score.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
Dixon's Country Market on the Neck Road, Benton has it all. Sunoco gas and 24-hour diesel, plus a jam-packed store with what you need to grab and go. And so much succulent food. Huge sandwiches, delicious wraps, and hand-tossed fresh dough-loaded pizza. They have drinks, snacks, fresh meat and cheese in their deli counter, plus local Lively's products that won't cost you a lot of money. And remember those whoopie pies? Delightful, delicious Dixon's Country Market in Benton, supporting local high school sports.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
All righty, Cooper Clark ready to lead it off here for Cony in the bottom of the third inning. Clark is the only man who hasn't batted yet. Number 9 hitter, so 9-1-2. It's Clark, Anderson Noyes, and Parker Morin. Cony comes up to the plate. Behind again. They were behind 1-0, now behind 4-2.
Man, that one, like you said, the first inning was just a little bit goofy for both pitchers. Defenses weren't locked in. Edward Little just hit Benedict.
They did. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 on Clark. Cooper, the DH, hitting for Tegan Hutchinson, the second baseman. Tries to bunt, missed it. Not a good ball to bunt at all.
No, that was way off the plate.
Take that pitch. He had made his mind up to bunt no matter where that pitch was. 2 strikes on Clark.
I'm telling you, Mike's bunting clinic. There's customers at the door.
Got himself out there, strike 3. Clark gone on 3 pitches. 1 out. Here's Anderson Noyes, who also struck out his first time.
4th K for Scott.
2 in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 here. So Scott pitching with 1 out to Noyes, lefty on lefty. Here it is. Fouled off, strike 1. One strike on Anderson Noyes, the Cony catcher. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. Good pitch down and in. That's that blind spot for a left-handed batter. Ball ends up right at his back foot.
Scott was struggling early, putting him in the dirt, now finding the bottom of the strike zone.
Scott steps off, now back on top. Working quickly, we like that. 0-2, 0-3. He's out of there. Runner goes to first. The ball was not dropped. Second time Noyes has fanned. 2 outs. Here's Morin. Parker with a triple over the center fielder's head, and he scored.
St. Laurent, I was just saying, St. Laurent starting to back up as you were saying that.
So a triple, and he came in to score on a pass ball. That ball is hit much shorter out there in center field, and a rocking chair inning for Owen Scott. Nothing across for the Cony Rams. 2 strikeouts and an easy fly ball to center field. We finished 3. The score, EL 4, Cony 2. This is high school baseball on the Score.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly from 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257, 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
We have created our own drink company. The fastest growing sports drink in history.
We will run! We will run!
Ladies and gentlemen, we got
The monkey has prime!
This season, we are hydrated. The official sports drink of the UFC. It's time!
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Distributed by Valley Beverage of Lewiston. So, Cony's Jordan Benedict only makes it through 3 today. His day is done and done. Benedict has been pulled, and left-hander Max Tibbetts has come on to take over from him. Tibbetts, a very hard-throwing left-hander. We saw him pick up Benedict last week against Winslow, come on to just finish it off. And today, he comes on early to start the 4th inning with his team down 4-2, and he will face 8-9-1. It is Brooks Beaudry, Elliott Hill, and Eli St. Laurent.
In that 1 inning, Tibbetts, I think, K'd 2 because I believe in the 7-inning game there were 21 outs recorded, obviously, for Cony. 15 of them were by strikeout.
And Tibbetts had, Benedict had 13 of them.
13 of them.
Beaudry called out on strikes his first time. Tibbetts, the left-hander, from the stretch like Benedict. Low, ball 1.
Yeah, Benedict just never got comfortable, right? Kind of an uncomfortable first, was fine in the second, and then got hit in the third.
Yep, you hoped if you were Cony he would build on that second, but he did not. The 1-0 is hit down the right field line, foul.
That one's into the EL bullpen.
1 ball, 1 strike. So lefties on the mound. Tibbetts now for Cony and Owen Scott for EL.
So if he throws hard, he's not a crafty lefty, right?
Right. Tibbetts ready. Here is the 1-1. Curve that kind of squirted up there, slipped out of his hands. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 1 strike. Beaudry leading off here in the 4th. Misses down and in. 3-1.
Yeah, I'm told him down. Look good from our vantage point, but
they all do.
It's true. As a wise man once said, unless I've got dead center field or I'm right behind, I'm not making a call.
Here's the 3-1. That is spiked foul to the right, 3-2. So a full count here on Beaudry. Leading it off here in the 4th. He'll be followed by Elliott Hill, the catcher. Tibbetts, the full count pitch. Got him. Waved at a ball outside the strike zone, probably ball 4. 1 out. Here is Hill. Hill grounded to third his first time.
Have 4 total Ks by the Cony pitching staff now. They both came in pairs. DuBois and Beaudry both have struck out twice.
Hill, the catcher. Swing and a miss. Ball was almost in the catcher's glove. Strike 1. Top of the order, St. Laurent on deck. He's been on twice, an error and a double. He has scored 2 runs. Way high. 1-1.
St. Laurent been the man to stir the drink for the Red Eddies.
Tibbetts, the sign from Noyes, set for the 1-1. Here's the deal. Inside. 2-1. 1 out, nobody on. Play him short in the outfield. Center fielder Foster toward right center. 2-1, swing and a miss. He waved out a fastball 2-2, and Tibbetts way too quick so far for Elliott Hill. 2-2. Max to the set. The 2-2. Ground ball wide of third, tough play. Morin can't get it. It snakes by the third baseman, then it skips by the shortstop. And a well-placed base hit for Elliott Hill.
Yeah, I thought Moore was going to backhand that, and he's got a good arm, but I think Hill had placed that deep enough he was going to be fine regardless. But
yeah, if McKenney doesn't make that play, it's a base hit, and that's exactly what happened anyway. So Hill is a one-out base runner for St. Laurent. Reached on an error and scored, doubled and scored. He's been a pest today. Strike one. Doing what a leadoff hitter's supposed to do. Getting on, scoring runs. Last time a double, stole third, and then on the throw wide by Noyes, he scored. Throw to first, and a one-hopper, and it gets by. Tibbetts short-armed that one. He almost pulled it back like a yo-yo there, and it handcuffed Hayward, the first baseman. That's E1.
that is already the 6th error on Cony.
6?
Yeah, 2 in the first, 3 in the third.
Holy boy, and they're going to walk St. Laurent, which is interesting because there's only one out. So he gets an intentional pass. And here's Dubois. Dubois has struck out twice. That may be the reason why, plus it's lefty on lefty. So 1 out, 2 on. EL with a 4-2 lead. Tibbetts, that's popped up. Third baseman McKenney, about 5 feet in foul ground, makes the catch. 2 outs. That is a foul ball, so a foul out to third. And here is TJ Kramars. Kramars has a sac fly to left and singled last time.
Well, for Cony, that initial, that next AB made the walk look good, but can you get the second one?
Kramars, right-handed batter, facing Tibbetts, the left-handed pitcher. They're not holding on St. Laurent at first with the runner at second. Curve for a strike. 0-1 on Kramars. The base runners, Hill is at second, St. Laurent at first. 2 outs, 1 strike on Kramars. Here it is. Inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tibbetts trying to keep this game right where it is.
Yeah, a lot of stress innings for the Cony pitching staff.
Tibbetts sets, ready for the 1-1. Popped foul right side, and that's out of play. 1-2.
I gotta tell you, you're gonna have to be my eyes today because I'm not picking those up off the bat right away.
It's tough where we are because the sun is, we're looking into the sun, and I agree, even with sunglasses, I lose them from time to time. Here's the pitch. Curveball is high, 2-2. That one didn't come out of his hand properly. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tibbetts trying to wiggle out of this jam. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The set. That is hit high to right field. Terrio ranges over, and Lance is there. And that is it. So Tibbetts gets in trouble, but works his way out of it. No runs for EL. There was 1 base hit. There was yet another error, and they leave 2. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Score remains Edward Little 4, Cony 2. This is high school baseball on the Score.
I came for a visit, and I just fell in love with it.
They just want to see you be you and just excel.
There's a lot of opportunities here.
It really gives me time to figure out what I want to do with my life.
It's a good stepping stone to get to where you want to be. The tuition is definitely part of what brought me here.
You know, credits transfer, that's huge, especially for a community college when you're trying to figure out what you want.
CM's the best place. Honestly, it's the best place. You got to be here to experience it.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
Spring is the season of rejuvenation and the perfect time to revitalize your home with Renewal by Andersen. Our spring savings event is only once a year. Call Renewal by Andersen to schedule your free window diagnosis and take advantage of this incredible limited time offer. We've installed over 4 million windows, earning us 4.7 stars in customer satisfaction. Call the number below or visit us online today. And remember, call now because these great savings end soon.
The better way to a better window. Renewal by Andersen.
Cony Rams in an unfamiliar spot here as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. They are behind. They've only lost 3 all year. They're 8-3, and they're behind here 4-2 as we go to the fourth. Landon Foster walked and scored his first time. He'll lead it off. Low ball 1 to the man who during the football season we call Legatron, but we have taken liberties to start calling him Armatron here during the baseball season.
I just want to reiterate after this pitch.
Here's the 1-0 by Owen Scott. 2-0.
The interesting collection of positions he plays across 3 sports. So he moved from golf to kicker for the football team. He was the goalie for the hockey team.
And a good one.
And a very good one. They had a good season.
3-0. We've seen him play second. We've seen him pitch, and seen him play
pitcher,
center field.
So he kind of does it all.
He's
legitimately.
versatile.
Yeah.
He's versatile. The 3-0 to Landon. Strike call. Dropped one right in there. 3-1. So Foster, McKenney, and Hayward. 3-4-5 here. The meat of the Cony order. Down 4-2 in the fourth. Owen Scott, after a struggle in the first inning, has settled down nicely. Bounding ball by him to shortstop. Kramars fields, fires, got him. So a nice recovery there by Scott, falling behind 3-0. Gets a ground ball. Foster's gone. Here's McKenney. McKenney reached on an error, and then in one of the wackier plays of the year, straight off first base to the point where he was out in short right field, and he got picked off 1-4-3. Swing and a miss there. Actually, it's a pinch hitter. McKenney is not hitting. That's 22.
1 second, I get this up.
Grab a roster. So McKenney, just that one plate appearance. Strike 2.
Josh LaJoy.
Okay, so LaJoy, who we saw the other day.
Started at third, I believe.
Yep, that's probably where he's headed then. The 0-2 from Scott in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And perhaps that straying off there got him a seat on the bench for the rest of the game.
A conversation, I think, for sure.
We have to get you a tether and keep you on first base. The 1-2 to LaJoy. Took a little more off, and it drifted outside. 2-2 on LaJoy, the pinch hitter. Haywood on deck. 1 out, nobody on. Cony down 4-2 in the fourth. Scott deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, got him. Again, that almost changeup-like fade, either right on the outside corner or just off the outside corner, and it's mystified Cony. That's another strikeout. That is 6 now.
Yeah.
2 outs. Here's Hayward, who is one of them.
They are not pretty swings.
Again, this kid, the epitome of a crafty left-hander, and after the first inning, where he only gave up a hit, he said Cony way off base. There it is again, strike called. Gave up 2 runs on a hit and an error in the first inning, and that's it. The 0-1. Low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike on Haywood, the Cony first baseman. 2 outs, nobody on. Hill cruising. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
And see there, that not the breaking ball. That's the fast one, but still down low and just nothing doing.
Owen Scott. The 1-2. Swing and a foul at the plate. Just staying alive is Haywood. 1-2. Terrio would be next. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the Cony first baseman. Scott pitches. High pop-up into center field. St. Laurent drifting back, and he makes the catch. And that is it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in a row. Retired by Owen Scott. He has got them eating out of his hand right now. Nothing across for Cony in the fourth. We go to the fifth. The score, EL 4, Cony 2. You're watching and listening to high school baseball on The Score.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Mid-State Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Mid-State Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
All right, lefty Max Tibbetts on for his second full inning of work. He kind of walked the tightrope last inning, gave up a single, then intentionally walked a man to put 2 on, but got a foul out, then a fly out after a strikeout on the leadoff hitter. And so we go to the fifth. It is 4, 5, and 6. Brecken Albert, Peyton Dyer, Cade Maselli. The iron here of the EL order with the Yetis up 4-2.
And Albert, one of the 2 hitters with a double.
That's popped up. That's going to make it out of play, and it'll be down below us. Strike 1 on Albert. Nothing in 1 on Brecken, who's the DH, hitting for the first baseman, Adam Meserve.
Yeah, he's 1 for 2, but he's reached base twice and he's scored.
Tibbetts steals. Curve on the outside corner, dropped it in there, 0-2. Tibbetts with a stylish catch of the return throw by Noyes.
Hey, got to warm up. We've seen the one that comes to mind. Noah McMahon fields his position super well. You got to be ready.
He's a shortstop, that's why, when he's not pitching. The 0-2. Fouled at the plate. Just getting a piece there was Albert. Still 2 strikes on Brecken. On deck is Peyton Dyer for EL. Here's the 0-2. Knocked him off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. What a gorgeous day.
Yeah,
absolutely gorgeous. Perfecto. They're taking BP down to our right. That's the ping you hear. In the dirt, 2-2. There's a cage down there, and they're playing soft toss.
I imagine JV players probably getting warmed up.
Yep, could be.
Since we're in the 5th. Tell you what, nice day today, and I'm not going to complain about it, but it's going to be toasty tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it's such a short season here. I'm not a fan of it either, but I'm never going to complain. Check swing. Did he go? Yes. Strike 3. First base umpire rings up Albert. That's the second strikeout for Tibbetts. 1 out, and here is Dyer. Dyer has singled and grounded to second and drove in a run on that ground ball. Yeah, so I'm not going to whine. The air conditioner works.
Wow, yeah, no, me either, because I believe, according to the forecast, we're supposed to have some rain moving this weekend. We're going to go back into the 60s.
Yeah. I'd rather have a good Memorial Day, strike 1. Yeah. Actually, totally lost track of time. When I was driving up, I heard on the radio, I think I was listening to Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, and that's a swing and a miss for strike 2, and they mentioned that it's Memorial Day this weekend. I literally had to, when I got here, look up on my phone because I thought it was the following weekend, which is, of course, June by that time.
That is.
So I am way out of touch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So, yeah, this Monday is Memorial Day.
Well, as you have said, right, April, we kind of play it by ear a lot of times with the weather, and we get into May and we crank through those games, and the month's gone.
Exactly. April, we feel happy when we can get them in. Then May, it's every day, and again, no complaints. We're happy to be out here every day. 2 outs. Here's Dyer. Dyer 1 for 2 with a single. Tibbetts pours a strike over, strike 1. So, yes, I can confirm Memorial Day is this Monday.
Isn't this Maselli? Did you say it was Dyer? Didn't Dyer just K?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I put it in the wrong spot. He did just K.
Making sure I got my stats right.
Strike 2.
And like you said, Tibbetts walked the high wire a little bit, but got out unscathed last inning. Looks like he's really locked in now. This one, back-to-back Ks.
0-2 on Maselli. Trying to fan the side. Tibbetts deals. Strike 3 called. He does strike out the side. 2 swinging, 1 looking. An impressive inning for Tibbetts. He's got 4 strikeouts through 2 innings of relief. Nothing across for EL. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The score, Red Eddies 4 and Cony 2. This is high school baseball on the Score.
I'm Drew.
I'm Jeremy.
We are JDH3 Designs. We're a Maine family offering laser engraving of just about anything and custom apparel. We love to work with other local businesses as well as people within the community to bring your design ideas to life.
JDH3 Designs. Visit their website at jdh3designs.com and like them on Facebook. JDH3 Designs. They customize just about anything.
If you have been looking or wanting a complete heating, cooling, and plumbing contractor for residential or commercial, all under one roof, Maine Preventative Maintenance is the only number you'll need. Maine Preventative Maintenance is also a registered and recommended heat pump installer with Efficiency of Maine. You may even be eligible for financing through Efficiency of Maine. Emergencies always happen at the most inconvenient times. Don't put it off any longer. Don't wait until something happens. Call Maine Preventative Maintenance today for peace of mind. Maine Preventative Maintenance, 465-4505, 465-4505.
Central Maine Community College in Auburn. Over 40 academic degrees and programs recognized as some of the best in the United States. Nursing, criminal justice, forensics, psychology, IT, education, culinary arts, and so much more. Offering one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Plus, a top-seeded national champion producing athletics department. Central Maine Community College in Auburn. Find your passion. Go to cmcc.edu.
We go to the bottom of the 5th inning here at Morton Field in Augusta, leading off Lance Theriault, the right fielder. He's been up once and he struck out. Cony down 4-2 against Owen Scott, who has retired 10 batters in a row. Last man to reach was McKinney in the first by error. Strike 1. Pours it right over. That has been a constant on the black of the outside corner. Gets right-handed batters all day.
And McKinney, the last man to reach, like you said, not in the game anymore.
Right. That was a goofy play where he ended up getting, that's off the glove of the pitcher. That's going to be a base hit, and that's going to break the string. Couple of things there. First of all, if Scott fields that, it's an out. Secondly, if he doesn't field it, it's going to go right to Kramars, the shortstop, and it's going to be an easy play. Instead, it's a base hit. And so the streak of 10 men retired in a row is over. So an infield hit to the pitcher. And Theriault is on.
That is just the second hit.
Here's Benedict, who stayed in there. And he swings and misses for strike 1. So he's got to be in the field somewhere.
Yeah, I was trying to find him, but it's so hard.
Yeah, the glare. He started, went the first 3. That throw is to first, not in time. Benedict popped out to third, his first time. So Benedict, 0 for 1, a 1-strike count. Pitch, hard ground ball in the hole, into left field, a base hit. And so Cony is in business. The tying runs on with nobody out in the 5th for Matt Boston.
Yeah, after having just one hit through the first 4 innings, back-to-back here to lead off the 5th.
Boston, the left fielder, has been up once and bounced to third. At least you want to move him over. So Scott, who had retired 10 in a row, that comebacker that he missed was the first hit. And now that single to left by Benedict. Showing bunt here is Boston, and he bunts it foul. And again, a ball, just don't bunt at it.
Yeah, it really reached at it.
I mean, you can take a ball there. It's one strike on Matt Boston. Man, the bunting is going to drive me insane.
I'm telling you, Mike Violet's bunt camp.
0-1 on Boston. He shows bunt. Put it down. Actually ends up being a good bunt. The throw in time. And while his form was not really very good, he got it down. He deadened it nicely right out in front, and Hill jumped out of the catcher's box. And the throw 2-3. That's a sac bunt. And the runners move up. Terrio to third, Benedict to second.
This is Tibbetts hitting.
So Tibbetts is hitting in the DH's spot. So essentially, it's just a swap of those spots. That's a ground ball. It is fair down the line. 1 run in. 2 runs in, and we're tied. Tibbetts with a well-placed 2-run single. And coming in to score, Terrio and Benedict were knotted at 4.
Just like that, he helps himself. He settled in that last inning and just smokes that one down the first baseline.
So Max Tibbetts pulls it down the right field line and ties this game up. So it's not like Scott's being hammered. They've all been ground balls, but well placed. And we're tied up. Tibbetts at first with 1 out. And here is...
It should be noise, right?
The pitch is a ball. All right, wait a minute. I am thoroughly confused. This is number 5 at the plate. I thought number 5...
I think this is 6.
All right, this is 6. So this is a pinch hitter.
Yeah, Jack Spellman.
Okay, so Spellman is hitting for Noyes. And he's got a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, good stop there. Nope, it gets by. Not a good stop. And going into second base is Tibbetts. That's a pass ball. So Spellman, the pinch hitter for Noyes. And I would imagine this will be immediate substitution. Noyes had struck out twice. And it's a 2-1 count now on Spellman. Scott sets. Runner at second. Here's the pitch. Hard ground ball to third. And the third baseman can't make the play into left field. That's a base hit. Maselli couldn't get it. And so the pinch hitter, Spellman, moves the runner over to third. Tibbetts now on third. Spellman at first with that single to left. And Scott has been nickeled and dimed to death here in the 5th inning. All ground balls. All in good spots. And here is Parker Morin with a chance to give Cony the lead. The best hitter for Cony with a triple on the day. The wind blowing towards center field now. Against the left-hander. High, ball 1. Morin again, a triple to center. He scored in the first, and he flied out to center in the third. And time is called, and Dave Jordan, after 1 pitch is thrown to Morin, has called time and is going out for a chat with his left-hander.
Yeah, like you said, so 10 in a row coming into this inning. Only 1 hit given up by Scott through 4, and then 4 hits in this inning has led to 2 runs with only 1 out. You've got Rams on the corners with the most dangerous bat in your lineup up the bat.
And none of the hits in the air, all of them ground balls.
Yeah.
couple of them hit fairly hard, but well placed. Specifically, the Tibbetts single down the first baseline that just got inside the bag for a 2-run single to tie this one up. But now Cony first and third. And their best hitter, Parker Morin, up there. 4-4 with one out. You try to turn two with Morin, but he runs really well. That's not going to be easy. Here's the set by Scott. The pitch. That is down to the third baseman, and it's by Maselli. The go-ahead run scores. Will give Morin a base hit. It's 5-4 Cony. Coming in to score is Tibbetts. Going up to second base, the pinch hitter Spellman. And Morin with an RBI single. It's a ball that could have been handled, but was not by Maselli. And here's a rarity. We're seeing a fielding change during an inning. Maselli is out. Kramars goes from short to third, and I can't tell you who that was who went out to short. Here is Landon Foster. Runners at first and second, still with one out, 3 in for Cony. The Rams lead 5-4. That's ball one. So TJ Kramars now on third. And a new shortstop. Scott the 1-0. On the outside corner. He's gone back to his bread and butter there, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Foster. Foster has walked and scored and grounded to short. Runner goes. Pitch is a swing and a miss and no throw. And it's a double steal. Runners on second and third. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes on Foster. So base hit. Could score 2. The set by Scott. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Again, that soft ball on the black or just off the plate has been hugely successful today for Owen Scott. 2 outs, and he gets a huge one there. And here's Wyatt McKenney. McKenney, who was hit for last time, going to hit for himself here. Outside, ball 1. McKenney, in his one plate appearance, reached on an error and then was caught stealing in one of the wackiest plays of the year, 1-4-3. Fouled at the plate. That was a cue shot. Just got it off the end of the bat, 1-1.
The funny thing is when you say one of the wackiest plays of the year, 1-4-3. 1-4-3 is not crazy to be caught, but that's not.
It's just where he was.
He was the 4 on the play.
I'm still dumbfounded by it. I want to find out why he was out there. The set by Scott, the 1-1, popped up, and
you were tethered.
I could have made a play on that. It was close.
You were tethered.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
As it is, Mike did not make that catch, so McKinney stays alive.
I did not. It's still 1-2. The set by Scott. Here's the 1-2. Hit to short, and that's going to be actually to second, I should say. I was going to say short right field, but it's squeezed out there by Peyton Dyer. Or check that. Yeah, squeezed out there by Dyer, and that is it for Cony in the 5th inning as McKenney pops out to second base. But the Rams come back and take the lead. Cony with 3 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 base hits. There were no errors in the inning and 2 runners left on it. We have finished 5. Cony with the lead. The score, Cony 5, Edward Little 4. This is high school baseball on the Score.
Raising money for our cause, supporting our neighbors, helping to recognize those that should be recognized, providing educational opportunities, working together to make someone's day just a bit brighter. Our employees enjoy being a part of making our communities a better place to live and work. Skowhegan Savings Bank.
Discover the printing experience you've been searching for at SBS Carbon Copy on 54 Main Street in Waterville. Tired of getting lost in big box stores? Whether you need unique business cards or large format printing up to 44 inches wide, customized invitations that scream you, we've got it all. Our team is here to print, copy, or scan with a smile. Fast, affordable, and with a touch of personality. Don't settle for ordinary. Dash over to mainprintingservices.com where printing's personal, not puzzling.
So Max Tibbetts, who has the big hit in this ballgame, a 2-run single last inning, takes the mound with the lead for the first time in this ballgame, and Tibbetts comes on having retired the, last 5 in a row. So he is working on a streak. And here is his opposite number, Owen Scott, to lead it off. Scott has flied to left and flied to center. EL down for the first time in a while, 5-4. They led 4-2 for a long time, a bunt foul. 0-1 on Scott, lefty on lefty.
And part of that five straight retired for Tibbetts was also striking out the side last inning.
He did. 2 swinging, 1 looking. He's got 4 Ks in the game. Tibbetts, the 0-1. Up and in. So Scott, Beaudry, and Hill, bottom of the order, 7-8-9 for EL. Down 5-4. Scott, the 1-1. Curveball stays high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Boys lacrosse tomorrow night, 5:30. Lawrence Winslow combo team, the Outlaws and the Gardner Tigers from Fairfield. Tibbetts, the 2-1. Foul tipped, 2-2.
That'd be interesting. You'll get to see the very young offensive Gardner team with some really good players versus the brute force that is Liam Fortin for the Outlaws.
Yeah, should be fun. Some excellent lacrosse games this year. That's outside, low and away, 3-2 on Owen Scott, who's worked it from 0-2 now to 3-2. Tibbetts, the sign from Noise. Got him. High heat. And that is the 5th strikeout now for Max Tibbetts.
And 4th in a row.
1 up, 1 out. Here's Beaudry. Beaudry's fanned twice. Once looking, once swinging. Beaudry, the right fielder. 5-4, Cony in front. Tibbetts fires. On the outside corner for a strike.
Hard throwing lefty, a weapon out of the pen.
0-1. Here it is. Up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Red Sox are in action today. That's the only game in town tonight. The Celtics begin the Eastern Conference Finals tomorrow night against Indiana at 8.
What do you got? Celtics in 5?
Celtics in 5. Just a little bit high. 2 balls, 1 strike.
I guess 2. What do you got on the other side, though?
Dallas and Minnesota. That is going to be a very interesting series. I'm going to take the kids. I think Minnesota's going to do it. Because I just can't see Kyrie Irving being part of a team that plays for an NBA championship. It's 3-1 as Beaudry takes ball 3. Although I wouldn't mind if the Celtics beat Kyrie Irving.
That's fair.
Fouled back, 3-2.
Another full count here for Tibbetts.
We will have...
Yeah, the only thing on sports-wise tonight besides baseball is find out the last tickets punched to the Western Conference Finals in hockey.
Right. Edmonton and Vancouver, Game 7. Dallas waiting for him. Inside corner, strike 3. And Peyton Dyer. Or check that out. Beaudry's like, huh?
He was
another strikeout.
Sprinting down the line, and the ump said, no, no, no.
That is 5 in a row by strikeout for Max Tibbetts. 2 outs now for Elliott Hill. High ball 1. Tomorrow morning on Opening Drive on the radio and streamed online at centralmainsports.com, 1160thescore.com. Chad Finn of the Boston Globe at 7:35. Chad was off today, so he's with me tomorrow. Lined into center field. That's over the head of the center fielder, Foster. And it goes Almost to the wall where Foster able to flag it down, and it's a stand-up double for Elliott Hill. He's 2 out of 3 today. Hit that ball well. The Chad Finn of the Globe on at 7:35, and Larry O'Brien. You're going
to have the Larry O'Brien trophy? That'd be awesome.
That's the only thing with Larry O'Brien on it that I could have, considering the actual Larry O'Brien is dead. Larry Mahoney of the Bangor Daily News will be with me. All right, we have a pinch runner at first.
No, intentional walk.
All right, yep. That's the pinch runner.
Surprise, surprise, who the intentional walk is. It's St. Laurent again.
So he walks again.
Also, Mike is finally able to find. I found where Benedict is, by the way.
Well, tell me.
He is in center field.
All right, so it's not Foster in center.
And now
Landon's at second.
We're going to get a pinch runner. We did get a pinch runner at second.
So Benedict is in center. Foster is at second. And here is Ben Dubois to face Tibbetts. 2 on, 2 out. Low. Ball 1.
Good stop by Noyes.
Dubois today has struck out looking, struck out swinging, and fouled to third.
That foul to third was after the first intentional walk to St. Laurent.
Tibbetts deals. Popped up, short left field, Morin out, left fielder Boston in. Boston calls and makes the catch, and that's it. So the intentional walk pays off for Cony as they get Dubois to fly out to left field, and that is it for EL. In their half of the 6th inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. We have finished 5.5. The score from Morton Field in Augusta. Cony Rams 5, Red Eddies of Edward Little 4. This is high school baseball on the Score.
Manchester Motors is your official Coyote tractor dealer. If you work the land, you just got to be a jack of all trades type. There's just too much to do. So if you got to be a welder or a farmer or a ditch digger, that's just who you are that day. Then tomorrow, you can be somebody else. Find your Coyote tractor at Manchester Motors, 1031 Western Avenue, Manchester.
At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. Maybe your existing system is failing or it's a new house lot. You need new installation. Call PJ Diggs. They can bring their site evaluator to design the right septic system. Headed to camp? Ditch the outhouse for a newly installed system. How about a septic system for your campsite? Imagine your own private campground. Already have a septic design? PJ Diggs can install it for you. Call 431-4299. That's 431-4299. At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. 131 Hinkley Road, Canaan.
All right, we move along to the bottom of the 6th inning where left-hander Owen Scott still on. And here in the 6th, it'll be Trent Hayward to lead it off. How did McKinney finish the last inning? He popped out to whom?
Second. Remember, is that really humpback line drive?
Yes, so McKinney popped out to second to finish the inning. So here is Hayward 0 for 2, a strikeout and a fly ball to center. Cony looking for insurance, right back to the box. Stab to his left. Scott flips to first, 1 out.
Nice play.
1 up, 1 out. Cony looking for insurance. Here is Lance Terrio. Terrio has struck out and singled and scored. That single was a bouncer back to the box that Scott tipped over to the third baseman, but by the time the third baseman came up with it, the runner had reached. Here it is. Strike.
Two teams playing well right now. Again, Edward Little coming in, won 4 of their last 6. Cony's won 7 of their last 8.
The 0-1. Late swing and a miss, almost an afterthought. Strike 2.
And they match up well today.
On deck is Benedict. Here's the set by Scott. Lefties 0-2. In the dirt. Squirts up high into the air to the backstop. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Lance Terrio. Here it is. Up and away, 2-2. 1 out in the 6th. 5-4 Cony. The 2-2. Got him. Got Terrio looking. 2 outs. And here's Benedict. Jordan has popped to third and singled to left center.
8th K for Scott.
Well, this is a day that if the score stands up, you can look back at this and say he deserved a better fate. Swing and a miss. Because in that 5th inning where Cony got 3 runs on 5 hits, those hits not exactly crushed.
No, the only one really stands out, like you said.
1-1. Well, Tibbetts hit his ball hard down the first base line.
That one.
That drove in. That was the big hit of the inning. That drove in, too, the tying run of the go-ahead run. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Jordan Benedict. Scott deals. Missed. 2-1. On deck, if it gets that far, Boston.
Yeah, but like you said, so there's that one. You have the hit between short and third, and then you have 2 singles that go. One goes just past the third baseman's glove. The other one goes right down the line, kind of between his legs.
The 2-1. High and outside. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike on Jordan Benedict. Scott throws. Walked him. Ball 4.
Just the second walk for Scott.
Yes, he's been around the plate. He walked Foster with 1 out in the first. So a 2-up base runner, Benedict. Here's Boston. Boston's bounced to third and sacrificed 2-3. Strike.
He's got that outside corner.
0-1 on Matt Boston. Runner at first, short lead. Here's the pitch. Misses, low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1. 2 outs. Way out in front. 1-2.
Could have swung twice at that pitch with that first one.
And he'd still be swinging. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Scott steps off. Little lefty's a pretty good pitcher.
Yeah, just Lee said, kind of goofy defensive inning in the first, and then a couple well-placed singles in the 5th.
Here's the 1-2. Fouled off the hands and back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Tibbetts on deck.
Scott deals. Bounce to the third baseman. Kramers. Long throw. In time. Got him as the runner runs into the catching hand of the first baseman, Meserve, but it looks as if everybody is okay, and Boston is out 5-3. It is last call for the Red Eddies of Edward Little High School, and in the top of the 7th inning, EL's got the meat of their order, 3, 4, and 5 up. As we go to the 7th, and Max Tibbetts ready to put it away for Cony, or at least try to. The score is Cony 5, EL 4. This is high school baseball on the Score.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
Dixon's Country Market on the Neck Road, Benton has it all. Sunoco gas and 24-hour diesel, plus a jam-packed store with what you need to grab and go. And so much succulent food. Huge sandwiches, delicious wraps, and hand-tossed fresh dough-loaded pizza. They have drinks, snacks, fresh meat and cheese in their deli counter, plus local Lively's products that won't cost you a lot of money. And remember those whoopie pies? Delightful, delicious Dixon's Country Market in Benton, supporting local high school sports.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
So left-hander Max Tibbetts trying to put this one in the win column for the Cony Rams. He'll face TJ Kramars, Brecken Albert, and Peyton Dyer. 3, 4, and 5 here scheduled for EL. Kramars has a sacrifice fly, a single, and a fly ball to right field. So he's 1 out of 2. Tibbetts ready to pitch to TJ Kramars, the shortstop. Cony with a 5-4 lead here, top of the 7th. Fastball is upstairs, ball 1. Albert on deck has reached on an error, doubled, and struck out.
Tibbetts in his first inning of work towed the high wire.
Check swing, he held up 2-0.
Then the second inning struck out the side. Then the third inning of work towed the high wire. So EL better watch out. He's due to strike out the side. He's got 6 Ks in 3 innings.
2-0 count here for Kramars. A 3-0 count. That one's not even close. And the last thing you want to do is put the tying run on.
Especially without him having to take the bat off his shoulder.
Noise the sign. Tibbetts throws. That's a strike. 3-1.
A big gap out in left center.
Sure is. Here's the set by Tibbetts. The 3-1 to Kramars. Ball 4, the tying run is on. Not really close.
That is the first non-intentional walk by Tibbetts.
So here is Albert, time called. Got a mound visit here. That's a pep talk.
Yeah, it is.
And it's a very firm pep talk. So Albert, ready to stand in there and hit, has reached on an error, a drop fly ball to right field in the first. He doubled in the third, struck out last time.
Tell you what, it's a good thing we don't have the coach mic'd up because I don't think those words right there were radio friendly.
Probably not. Cleanup hitter gonna bunt, gets it down nicely out of the boxes. Noise, and he threw it away. Noise threw it away, and the tying run is over to third. A great bunt by Albert, and Noise threw it away. It's E1. And the tying run is on third, and the go-ahead run is at first with nobody out. So give Albert a sac bunt. And an error on the catcher. Should be 1 out and a runner on second. Now time called. Noise going to run through the signs. And here is Peyton Dyer. Dyer has singled, grounded to second, and struck out. Looking to put it in play. Strike 1, not close there. So the leadoff walk, not a good thing. Rarely are they.
No, but and to your point, Noise, I think had him beat, just kind of spiked it in the dirt, just didn't put anything on it.
The 0-1. Strike 0-2. And Tibbetts, who has had the strikeout pitch going today, needs it here. Dyer back in there. Noise with the sign. Tibbetts, the 0-2. Runner goes. Pitch is very high, and Noise will hang on to it. And so it's second and third. With nobody out and a 1-ball, 2-strike counts. That is good old defensive indifference. So it's 1-2 on Dyer. Time called. Time called.
That was the 7th error by this Cony defense today. 2 in the first, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth. That's your 6, and they'd been clean up until that one through 5 and 6.
The 1-2. In the dirt. It gets by. Runner is going to hang up, and the runner at second was halfway to third, and he had to scamper back. Albert had to put the brakes on when he noticed that Raymars was not going to go, and it's 2-2. Noyes kept that just close enough.
Yeah, third base coach was real quick, too, to throw up the stop sign.
Lee May Jr. Here's the 2-2. Foul tipped, and it can't be held by Noyes, and we'll get another 2-2.
Game of inches right there. How crucial could that potentially be? Because that was potentially your first out in a K.
2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runners at second and third. Cony leading 5-4. Here it is. High, 3-2. The tying run at third, the go-ahead run at second with a full count pitch coming up here to Dyer. And nobody out. First base is open. The set by Tibbetts. Got him. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 out. And here is Cade Maselli. Maselli is lined to third, walked, and been called out on strikes. Going down to talk to his third base coach, Lee May. They're going to bring in the runner at third as well.
Talk to me, Mike. What are they talking about? We saw a squeeze.
Well,
we saw 2 squeezes last time we were here.
We've seen safety squeezes all over the place.
That was the 7th K by Tibbetts.
He's had the strikeout pitch working. He needs it again. Maselli has been struck out once today. That was looking. The set by the left-hander Tibbetts. Here it is. Popped up. And that is going to make it right to the base of the fence, and Noyes did not pick it up off the bat and was nowhere near it, so strike 1.
Interesting there. Base runner, third, was it Kramars? Yeah, Kramars got a real hefty jump and then went back, bluffed, basically, coming in hard.
0-1 on Maselli. Kramars, the tying run at third. A 1-strike count on Maselli. Tibbetts to the set. The 0-1. Fouled off. 0-2. Tibbetts up in the count, 0-2. Maselli back in there. Noyes with the sign. Tibbetts, a check of the runners, the 2-strike pitch. Inside. Almost hit him. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, I'd say that counts as busting him off the plate.
1-2. On Cade Maselli. Big hole in left center.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Here's the 1-2. Inside, that goes to the backstop. This game is tied. That's a wild pitch. And Kramers scores. And the game is tied at 5. Over to third is Albert. And it's a 2-2 count now on Maselli. The go-ahead run is at third. Just 1 out, time called. So a breakdown by Tibbetts, and it all started with what? A leadoff walk.
Yeah, leadoff walk, you get the sack bunt and commit the air.
Here it is. That is hit into left field. Left fielder handcuffed, and the runner at third made a mistake in not going back to the bag, and so therefore could not tag. So it's a line out. Boston made it interesting out there, but a line out to left. 2 outs now for Owen Scott with a chance to give himself literally the lead. Scott today is fly to left, fly to center, and struck out.
And that was, I couldn't pick that up off the bat.
Neither.
And it looked like Boston struggled, and it was just hit right at him.
Well, I think that was the thing, hit right at him. Sometimes that can handcuff you. Low in the dirt. Runner's coming. He's going to score. It's a wild pitch, and EL leads it 6-5. So a total breakdown by Cony here in the 7th inning. They have had just a horrible struggle in the field today. Ball 1 on Scott, who's up there with the bases clean now. Takes a strike.
I believe 7 errors and 3 wild pitches and 1 pass ball for Cony today.
Yeah. It adds up to disaster. Now Scott calls time. 1 ball, 1 strike on Owen, who's going to take the mound in the bottom of the 7th inning, presumably, with a 1-run lead. At least a 1-run lead. Inside in the dirt, 2-1.
That base is clean, but another one that's low and gets away from noise.
So EL today, a run in the first, 3 in the 3rd, and 2 here in the 7th. Cony with 2 in the first and 3 in the 5th. And Tibbetts has lost his control completely here. It's 3-1. Struggling to get the final out. Well, he was cruising coming into the inning. And looked like a good bet to finish it. Ground ball to second. Right there is Foster. Throws to first. And finally, the inning is over. But the Red Eddies of Edward Little get 2 in the 7th inning. And so Owen Scott takes the mound in the bottom of the 7th inning with a chance to win it. The score as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning is EL 6, Cony 5. This is high school baseball on The Score.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly from 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257, 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
All right, so 1 run earned, 1 unearned for EL in the top of the 7th inning. And so Owen Scott has a chance to win the game here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And he will face Tibbetts. Noise, we presume, will come in and hit, or maybe not. Maybe Spellman will hit for him again, and Morin. Anyway, it's the orders 9-1-2.
I was just going to say, Noise right there near the on-deck circle with a bat.
So, yeah, he's got a bat. So Tibbetts hit last time for his first time of the game and put Cony ahead with a 2-run single. That looked like it was going to win it, but no. So Max looking for some atonement, perhaps, after a struggle on the mound here on the top of the inning.
Yeah, solo shot, I think, make him feel pretty good.
Yes, sir. Lefty on lefty here. The soft-throwing Scott against Max Tibbetts. Leading off in the 7th. In the dirt. Ball 1.
And worth noting, making the somewhat joke about the home run, I believe, Mike, unless I'm correct, batting no matter what in this inning is Parker Morin.
Yep, and the wind, by the way, is back to blowing out to right. Ball 2.
Hill there just telling his pitcher, calm down.
Owen Scott. First 2 pitches, balls here to Tibbetts. You got to be taking here. Here it is. 3-0. So is Scott going to do what Tibbetts did in the top of this inning, and that's walk the leadoff man.
Cardinal sin after you get the lead,
Scott the 3-0. Ball 4. He did. And the tying run is on. Stop me if you've heard this before.
Just the third walk by Scott.
Here's Noyes. Noyes has struck out, and singled. He was hit for last time by Spellman, who singled. And so Noyes back in there with immediate substitution. Noyes the catcher. Looking to bunt. Gets it down. Fielded by the third baseman. Got him at first, but a great sacrifice bunt that is by Noyes. He's out 5-3. And the tying run is at second now. And it's Mr. Parker Morin. Morin has tripled and scored, fly to center, and singled in a run last time. So he's 2 out of 3 today. The most dangerous hitter in the Cony lineup. You're not going to walk him because you put the winning run on. The set by Scott. The pitch by Morin. Swing and a miss. Had him out in front. That dead fish he's got. Strike one.
Morin looked like he was hunting for the walk-off right there.
0-1 on Morin, the Cony shortstop. Here it is. Wide. Tried to get him to chase. 1 ball, 1 strike on Morin. Foster on deck. Morin again today, 2 for 3. The set by Scott. Checks the runner. Here's the 1-1. It is hit to left field. Left fielder coming in. Dubois! And he made the catch! And now they got the runner hung up between second and third! It's a rundown! They force him and he is out of there and the game is over! A circus catch by Dubois in left, and then a base running mistake by Tibbetts, who got hung up between second and third, and they got him in a rundown and tag him out for the final run out of the game. And what a crazy finish to a wild ball game here at Morton Field in Augusta. The final score in this one took the full Monty, all 7. The Red Eddies of Edward Little High School 6 and the Cony Rams 5. Our post-game show, the final line score, and our score player of the game coming up after this. This is high school baseball on The Score.
We have created our own drink company. The fastest growing sports drink in history.
We will run! We will run! Ladies and gentlemen, we go. This season, we are hydrated. The official sports drink of the UFC. It's time!
Oh, that's good.
Yeah!
Distributed by Valley Beverage of Lewiston.
I came for a visit and I just fell in love with it.
They just want to see you be you and just excel.
There's a lot of opportunities here.
It really gives me time to figure out what I want to do with my life.
It's a good stepping stone to get to where you want to be. The tuition is definitely part of what brought me here.
You know, credits transfer, that's huge, especially for a community college when you're trying to figure out what you want.
CM's the best place. Honestly, it's the best place. You got to be here to experience it.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
Spring is the season of rejuvenation and the perfect time to revitalize your home with Renewal by Andersen. Our spring savings event is only once a year. Call Renewal by Andersen to schedule your free window diagnosis and take advantage of this incredible limited time offer. We've installed over 4 million windows, earning us 4.7 stars in customer satisfaction. Call the number below or visit us online today. And remember, call now because these great savings end soon.
The better way to a better window. Renewal Renewal by Anderson.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Midstate Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Midstate Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Nokian Tires, available at 201 Tire Battery and Service, Route 201, Vassalboro. Your complete auto center. Mechanics you can trust. Nokian Tires to keep you safe on the road. Plus, 201 Tire Battery and Service is a state inspection station. They have batteries and accessories, including custom battery cables available. And of course, those great Nokian tires. 201 Tire Battery and Service, Route 201, Vassalboro.
I'm Drew.
I'm Jeremy.
We are JDH3 Designs. We're a Maine family offering laser engraving of just about anything and custom apparel. We love to work with other local businesses as well as people within the community to bring your design ideas to life.
JDH3 Designs. Visit their website at jdh3designs.com and like them on Facebook. JDH3 Designs. They customize just about anything.
Well, a wild and woolly win today for the Red Eddies of Edward Little High School as they win this one by a final score of 6-5 here. Final line score for the Eddies: 6 runs, 6 hits. They made just one error, and that was key. They left 7. For Cony, 5 runs. The Rams had 6 hits, 7 Cony errors in the ballgame, and 3 runners left on. So 7 errors defensively and a colossal base running mistake by Tibbetts that ended up being the final out of the ballgame as he got caught in a rundown after a line drive out by Parker Morin. He got caught between second and third, and in the rundown was out 7-4, 5-6. So Owen Scott, boy, talk about sticking around and gutting out a win. He goes the distance. The kid went 7 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. He had a span during this game where he retired 10 in a row. And really, even in the 5th inning when he gave up 3 runs on 5 hits, only one really hard hit ball, and that was the 2-run single, ironically, by Tibbetts that tied it up.
Yeah, I would agree. And, Mike, real quick, so there's 3 of his 7 Ks, and here's your final play.
This was wacky. A line drive to left field, and the left fielder, Dubois, just barely was able to grab that ball as we watch this.
It's a heck of a catch.
It is. And then the throw in here did go to third. So it went to third, and then they had Tibbetts hung up. And there you see the rundown, and the inevitable, as is usually the case in a rundown, you are out. And so a base running mistake. And so, I mean, the Red Eddies of Edward Little High School this year have beaten Skowhegan. They beat them in a mercy rule game earlier this year, and now they've beaten Cony. Talk about some point-worthy games.
Not to mention, I know not a win, but they were walked off 3-2 against Hampden Academy. So, I mean, it's a good team. They've now won 5 of their last 7. They hand Cony their first loss in 4 games, I believe. I think they had won 4 in a row, and they had won 7 of 8, and they do it on the road. Then Edward Little is trending in the right direction, and grinder of a game yet again here in Morton Field.
Indeed, it was a grinder for sure, and Owen Scott was our score player of the game. He just gutted this one out, goes the distance, and he is our score player of the game. He gets himself the score bag of swag, which, of course, is the great bag from Central Maine Community College in Auburn, filled with, in today's case, some absolutely delicious Prime from Valley Beverage in Lewiston. Also, the score player of the game keychain and score player of the game t-shirt. So that's going to do it for us. For Chaz Wing, for Tyler Rigney, And for, who are you? You're AJ Knight.
AJ Knight.
I'm Mike Violet saying so long from Morton Field in Augusta. Final score in this one. It was an interesting one, shall we say. The Edward Little Red Eddies 6 and the Cony Rams 5.
You've been listening to another high school sports presentation on The Score, supported by these great local sponsors. Central Maine Community College, Central Maine Motors Auto Group, Hammond Lumber Company, Mid-State Machine, Whittemore & Sons, Somerset Stone and Stove, 201 Tire Battery and Service, PJ Diggs, Renewal by Anderson, Assistance Plus, Valley Beverage, Maine Preventative Maintenance, The Harry J. Smith Company, SBS Carbon Copy, JDH3 Design, Dixon's Country Market, and by Casella Waste. Stay tuned for a lot more live video and audio of high school baseball, softball, and girls and boys high school lacrosse. All available at centralmainsports.com, 1160thescore.com, and our YouTube channel at Central Maine Sports. Please go and subscribe. You found the place for local sports. Sports Radio 1160, The Score.